everybody!
Hey!
Winter's here, and we're just gonna talk about it for a while.
Yeah, classic Game of Thrones episode.
Oh my god, yeah, the
Everyone
most
just
classic.
stands around talking.
We open with the most classic Game of Thrones moment where we get to Dragonstone, and it's raining. They tell Daenerys Stormborn.
On a night like this, you came into the world.
You know, this is your birthday, basically. They have this scene where they're like explaining what they're gonna do with their armies, and then like Tyrion casually reminds both us and everybody in the room that
We don't poison little girls here.
he should be more mad about that, right?
He should
Like,
be more
a
mad,
little more...
but at the same time, Melisandre somehow appears and then reminds us once again that she poisoned a bunch of children too, and...
Oh, she burned them.
Oh, right, she burned them.
Poisoning with fire. The last time we saw Melisandre, she was like leaving the wall, right? So it's like,
yeah,
she would have had to have known that Daenerys was gonna be at Dragonstone. Or maybe she got there like weeks ago and she's been waiting.
But anyway, we forgive a bunch of people.
Yes.
Chess pieces move where they need to be moved.
Literally, Tyrion picks up pieces on them. Oh, I'm sorry, that's when we come back to that scene.
It's all one. Diana Rigg, I'm pretty sure, is being weakened at Burney.
We only ever see her now sitting down. I think they are trying to tip it so Daenerys might become a bad guy.
Elena telling her...
You're a dragon.
Probably like pushing her a little bit towards her dark side.
Right, towards being evil. And then we see a scene with Cersei where she's trying to convince Randall Tarly and the other lords to like help her fight.
Right, that she's the good guy.
My favorite part of that scene is when Qyburn comes up to her and he's like, come here, I have a plan how to deal with the dragons. And he takes her down to the basement and it's just a giant bow and arrow. He made it seem like it was like he had like sat there like poring over some like incredibly
ancient
detailed
text,
like he had some incredible new thoughts. No, it's just a gigantic bow and arrow that'll shoot a big spear through a dragon's face.
Where did we go from there?
Sam.
His scenes are getting tougher and tougher to watch for me.
It seems like they cast Jim Broadbent to exclusively be in gross scenes. Like Jim Broadbent's character exists solely to obstruct Sam.
Have you studied the varying rates of grayscale progression in infants and fully grown men?
No.
Isn't that a fucking funny thing? Like everybody's secret knowledge in this episode is hilarious to me because Sam like pores over the old books in the library. It's like, I found a cure, and the cure is just sawing the skin off.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see Jon get the raven from Tyrion, which I was actually like super hyped for that.
And then we go to the same scene we seen in the last episode where Sansa and Jon have their little disagreements in front of all their people, and they're like, Jon, don't do this, and he's like, I'm gonna do it, it's the right thing to do.
Then he put Sansa in charge, which was dope.
That was cool, and she immediately stopped arguing. She's like, oh, okay.
Like, oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they got one shot of Littlefinger this whole season.
And then just like 40 solid seconds of him just leaning against the wall and smirking. He's another character, like him and Tyrion and Varys, I feel like, and Davos too. Like they no longer have any idea what to do with those characters.
No, because like Littlefinger's, at this point, he's not, like, he has to know he's not gonna sit on the Iron Throne. You're really smart, you know it's not you.
I'm going to sit on the Iron Throne. His plan has to be so circuitous at this point because it's like, wait, like, how are you gonna manage? Like at first, like I thought it was gonna, in the first couple of seasons, I was figuring, oh, Littlefinger's gonna turn out to be like the big bad guy because he's working behind the scenes. Yeah. But now it's like, it's gone so off the rails, like he doesn't know what's happening. Like he goes down into the family crypt to tell Jon Snow he wants to bone his sister. Like, that choke was earned.
Then what happens? Then we go to Arya.
Arya, yeah. Oh, we got to see Hot Pie again.
Another scene I did not need to be reminded of.
Secret is browning the butter before making the dough.
I didn't do that.
I just put a bunch of toes in a pie and fed it to an old man. He's the one that tells Arya that Jon Snow's back in charge.
Right.
And that's when she decides to, instead of following Ed Sheeran
yeah, where was she going?
She was going to King's Landing.
She was going to King's... Right, she was going to kill the queen, yeah.
And now when she hears that Jon's back, she turns tail for Winterfell, which is cool. And then when they part ways, she says, "Don't get killed." And he's like, "I won't. I'm like you. I'm a survivor." I'm like,
I'm a survivor.
Because of this show, I fully expected like the next scene,
an arrow goes through his
head
head
gets chopped off or something
for no reason. Yeah. I mean, we'll never see him again. And
Maybe
if we do, it will be another waste of our time.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of waste of time, Nymeria, Arya's wolf came back for no reason.
This was HBO writers getting their cop out of being able to explain what happened after the show.
At the end of the episode, when they do their behind the scenes thing with the two showrunners, they're just like, oh yeah, it was, you saw that flash of recognition in Arya's face when she realizes that Nymeria has to run with her own pack, just like she has to run with her own pack. And I'm like, dude, none of that is there. Like, we don't know what the you're talking about.
Totally unclear.
It's not you.
Grey Worm.
Oh yeah.
Grey Worm and Miss Sandy.
We talked about this and we had 2 different reactions where you were like, are they gonna show it? And I was like, oh boy, I hope they're not gonna show it.
That's all I wanted. I was like, what does it look like? I don't know. I want to see it. And then like they don't show it, which is sad. And then like that has to be weird for the actor because he knows that the entirety of the audience is like, dude, that guy has no dick. I mean, good for Grey Worm. I'm glad that. I mean, I like his character.
Right. Like both of them are really great. All in support of you guys.
Yeah.
And we can move on to the boat
The
scene.
boat! Euron just Hey Kool-Aids right in the middle of their fleet with his fucking sweet ass boat that had like that hammer on it. We get to see his claw hammer come down right on top of a dude.
Yeah.
We didn't need to see that. We knew what that claw was for.
I was into it. It was kind of dope. I wish, there was a comic splat sound.
And he's so happy.
Oh yeah.
Euron loves his job.
He's having the time of his life.
He kills at least 2 of the sand snakes.
He kills 2. I don't think he kills the 3rd.
And then they take the queen. When he's killing the sand snakes, they stab him
A
several
lot.
times.
I thought they got him, and I was like, the fight's over.
I was like, yeah. I was like,
And
shit,
so
they
is
take
that
him.
how fights end? You kill the main guy, and then everyone's like, oh.
Normally, I mean, he definitely had final boss status here because he kept getting hit and like wasn't taking damage.
Yeah.
And then he grabs Yara at the end.
And like in an unfair bargain for Theon. I mean, Theon did what Theon does.
Theoned out.
What was he supposed to do? Like, was he supposed to talk his way out of that? Because if he tried to make a move, Yara had an axe to her neck. Like, what are you gonna do, bro?
He's gonna come back to Cersei with the Dornish queen.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be a real bummer. They just keep flushing the Dornish characters down the drain.
Yeah,
Like,
they really do.
They build them up and then they're just like, nope.
And then also like made really uncomfortable sexual advances to both a brother and a sister.
Why are you standing all the way over there then? A foreign invasion is underway.
Let's do some predictions. Bridget, what do you think? What do you got for me?
Next episode is going to be a table setting episode where we're probably going to see Arya get to Winterfell.
We're definitely going to see Jon Snow get to Dragonstone.
Jon will be at Dragonstone.
Okay, we haven't seen Bronn yet, so Bronn's got to come back in kind of a big way.
Yeah.
I still think Dany's going to turn bad.
Oh yeah, but I kind of feel like she should be at the brink by the time Jon gets to Dragonstone, and Jon being the one being like, no, be good and noble.
'Cause he's
Maybe
also
he'll
gonna-
pull her back from the edge.
Maybe.
I have no idea what's gonna happen, and that's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
Because like the pieces are now where they need to be.
Right, it's just a matter of moving forward.
After 6 years of this, we have everything in place. There's got to be more fights.
Fighting!
More fighting.
Lots of fighting! He's got no dick!
Just a lot of fighting and no dicks. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching that episode of Winter's Taking Forever. Make sure to do all the YouTube things and check out our new After Hours. Really exciting, we have a new cast, so don't miss that. Make sure to go back and watch it.